Weekend Leader. Welcome back to another episode. I'm really excited about today's episode because not only are we going to recap last week, but we are going to be working toward building anticipation. I'm going to be giving you some tips and strategies on how to create buzz around your rebrand, whether you're rebranding your website, rebranding your clothing line, rebranding your podcast, rebranding your offers. It doesn't matter. Remember, we're looking at rebranding as a sense that you started somewhere and you've grown. And so now you need to package and express that growth. Let's get started.
Are you ready to start packaging the power in your testimony? Are you sick of all of those intrusive thoughts that seem to hinder you from faithful obedience? Because you truly believe that faith without works is dead, right? Hey, what's up? My name is Angelica Stanley. Welcome to Niche to Nations, where I help you unleash the power in your testimony through homepreneurship. As your host, I'm here to equip you with the biblical leadership principles, practices, and the promises of God that will help you walk out God's plans for your life. In each episode, we'll dive deep into the power of testimonies and practical steps to transform your entrepreneurial journey by empowering you through obedient action. That's right. Obedience is better than sacrifice. And don't forget to check out Niche to Nations Online Biz Growth Hub. This is your go-to resource for growing your faith-based business. Now let's get started.
Awakening Leaders. So recording this in the backyard, one of my favorite things to do, either in the car or in the backyard. I wanted to share with you that this Set It Up Saturday series that we are hosting on Niche to Nations or from the Online Biz Growth Hub, I want to share with you that it's an opportunity for you to not only just package your offers, but we're going to be looking at designing a website for you. Okay. I'm going to focus the entire process of designing a website for you. So we're going to be looking at 3 different platforms that you can use to design a website. I'm going to, of course, bust out the OG of using Google sites, because you could technically use that right now with the Gmail account. Get started. There's a lot of connectivity, but you would be able to connect certain things to your store, the checkout boxes, all of that stuff. Okay. So if you want to get the ins and outs of how to do that, and you're excited about, just starting, launching, doing what you want to do, then you're going to want to do the Set It Up Saturday. I haven't, the last one that we did, we really looked over your offers and what to expect as far as the overview of things. But one of the things that I believe that a lot of us are hesitant in starting our business and what the plans and the offers and everything that we have is we're hesitant because of the tech and a website. And so I'm going to show you how to turn your skills into a profitable digital product in just one day. So we create the digital product, we do the marketing plan, and then deliver it deliver the digital product. But this specific Set It Up Saturday, since it's the last one, we focused more on creation and marketing. I'm going to be focusing on delivering the digital product, setting up that website, setting up the emails, all of those different things, so that you feel equipped, encouraged, and empowered to go out and do what it is that God has commissioned you to do in the marketplace. All right. So with that being said, I want to share something with you that is very powerful in the sense of creating buzz around your rebrand. So in the last episode, we talked about, what is rebranding? And remember, for me, basically here at Well Valley, rebranding is essentially you started doing something one way, and you were faithful with little, you were obedient, you did what the Lord asked you to do, and now more has come your way, but it's in a good way, right? There's growth. And so you're not just focusing on, you're still niche down, but maybe you're adding different products, or maybe your focus is more toward a specific niche, like you narrow down. So maybe now you work with women with, I don't know, speech impediments, or women with, maybe you're a doctor or a health coach whose focuses specifically on women who are overweight and targeting cortisol. Maybe you're a music coach and you focus on, I don't know, vibrato, or I don't even know what music is. Okay, so I'm just kind of saying stuff. But there's something about, niching down and then rebranding and having that focus point. So the reason I share that is because how do you build anticipation? Okay. So I want to talk about why anticipation matters. So anticipation matters because when you are about to do something, you never really want to give someone the whole enchilada. Now, I am like a sucker for that because I will give somebody the whole thing just because part of it is a processing thing that I do. That's just the way my brain works. And then later down the line, I know they're going to be like, oh, that's what she meant. Okay. Um, anyways, but the action of anticipating something is the expectation or prediction. So her eyes sparkled with anticipation. So when you look at it as a noun, okay, think of expectation, prediction, forecast, a hope, um, something that is going to get you prepared and ready for, okay? The action of anticipating something, expectation, okay? So giving those buzzwords like, hey, something's coming. And this matters because you don't want them to know everything, but you want them to know just enough of the things that it's going to help them with. So, for example, on angelicastanley.co, I am in the middle of creating something from our course called Prep to Published at Well Valley. And this is how I'm not merging the two, but I always, you know, with Prep to Published, I'll usually publish something very significant from this course because it's a rinse and repeat process. That's the reason why I branded it, right? And I packaged it into an e-course. And then toward the fall, we do a 6 to 8 week run of a group setting so that we can, work on self-publishing skills. You can have my support with design and workshop and launch and all of that kind of stuff. And the reason I'm sharing that with you is because I have something coming that is going to help you, of course, build your relationship with God. But two, it is going to be something that is for you. Okay. It's not to share with anybody else. It's not to, how do I say this? Nobody knows your business unless you tell them. It is to help equip, encourage, and empower you in the secret place. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Do you see what I just did there? I'm telling you the truth. This is honest. But that is specifically what this product is going to do. So I'm building anticipation. I'm building a buzz around it. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I am not launching this. Okay, now we're going to talk about launch. I'm not launching this until the end of August. Okay, until the end of August. So it's over a month away. So that's about 4 to 6 weeks away where you start building that anticipation like, hey, something's coming. I have a dear brother in Christ that he always says about 4 to 6 weeks out, you know, on the 6 week mark, you'll usually send like a flyer or you'll do like a hey, coming soon type of thing. And then when that happens, you'll be able to kind of just focus on that something's coming, sending out in a newsletter, putting out on social, when you're talking to people, letting them know that kind of stuff because you want to get the buzz out, right? Like something's coming. One of the ways that we look at this biblically about something's coming is when we look at how John the Baptist prepared the way for Jesus. Okay. Now, I know you may be thinking like, oh, this is just a digital product, or oh, this is just a t-shirt, or this is just a journal, or this is just a coaching program. Okay. Well, if your coaching program or your journal or your t-shirt doesn't give you that excitement, like, oh my goodness, then you're probably doing the wrong thing. Okay. Because I can imagine, now I'm not saying that it's not going to be difficult and you're just going to want to be like, oh my goodness, I quit. Like, because we get discouraged and we get filled with doubt because we really don't take captive certain thoughts. But we need to look at the determination, okay? The determination of what we are facing. And remember that everything that you're going through builds endurance and leads you through perseverance, okay? And so I'm sharing that with you because John the Baptist knew um, that once the way was prepared, his assignment was done. And though John the Baptist, I believe it's in Matthew 11, anyways, it's where Herodias basically uses her daughter to seduce Herod so that she could get the head of John the Baptist. Now that is a Jezebel spirit in operation. It's Jezebel and Ahab. Because remember, Jehu in the Old Testament was raised as a king from the enemy's camp, which was from Ahab's army. And he was raised as a king and he was commissioned by God to kill the bloodline. So he killed the bloodline, he destroyed them, but the spirit in operation is still here to this day. That's the reason why it's mentioned in Revelation 2, I believe, or is it 4, where we're talking about where Jesus is addressing the church and he's saying, basically you follow her and not my word. And so the reason I'm saying that is because there's always a warning. God always gives a warning. And one of the ways that God does the warnings is like how he sent John the Baptist to prepare the way for Jesus. Okay. I want you to think of rebranding. The anticipation that you're doing is you are preparing the way. Okay. If you are preparing the way for people to come closer to Jesus before he comes, um, hello. Okay. Hello. So the same perspective of how John the Baptist was in the Old Testament and in the gospel, because Old Testament, I'm talking about Elijah, because remember, John the Baptist carried the spirit of Elijah. And so you can only imagine Elijah in real life. I mean, I think it was powerful because if you really look at it, um, John the Baptist carried the spirit of Elijah, and Elijah faced Jezebel and Ahab in the Old Testament, and in the New Testament, the spirit of Elijah was in John the Baptist, and he's faced Herodias and all of them, and he didn't run. He didn't run from that. You know what I'm saying? Had a lot to do with identity. Times were different. Jesus was on the scene. But it's just very significant about the things that you're called to do. That anticipation that you're building is really simple in just sharing the story. Okay. Now, one of the ways that sharing your story is very important is because we're going to talk about engaging your audience now. So, engaging your audience is really simple. Okay. The first tip that I have for engaging your audience on social media and email is to start a newsletter. Okay. Start a newsletter. Now, one of the things that is really funny during this season is I have been I knew that starting a new newsletter was coming and that we needed to get back on it because that's originally where Well Valley had originally started. And I started doing courses. My first freebie, my first $1,000 that I made came from a newsletter because I was sending, and then people would reply, or they would be like, they would DM me on social media and be like, hey, I got your email, and I just wanted to chat about it. And then, like, for real, like, I didn't have to do cold DMing, I didn't have to do none of that. And basically, I was just providing amazing content to their inbox. Because let me tell you this, if you're like me, I check my email sometimes on my phone when I'm on the couch, and um, or like I'm just got some downtime, or um, I'm in bed and like just relaxing or doing something, or I don't want to be on social media. And so I'll pull up my phone and I'll go through my emails and archive what I don't need and delete what I really don't need, and that kind of stuff. And so the reason I'm sharing that with you is because the same content that you put out on your email is basically a social media plan for you to kind of talk about and engage with stickers in your stories, polls, asking questions, following up in the DMs, all that great stuff, right? Another way is using testimonials. Okay. And or user generated content. Basically, if anybody has used like your product or service and they created something, like that's a huge testimonial, right? Um, or word of mouth. Ask, why don't you poll your people? You can send a quick voice message and just forward it to everybody, or you can type it up. Say, hey, girl, I like to personalize those when I'm doing that. So I will say, their name and say, hey, I was wondering if you would be interested in providing me a testimonial. I know the work that you've done, and I've seen such amazing work that I really value, the content that you're putting out. And I just really believe that it would further help me connect with my audience to help more women like you be successful. Bada bing, bada boom, ask, and then there you go. That's part of engaging your audience, because your current audience is going to want to see that. The last thing that I want to talk to you about is tools and techniques for teasing your rebrand, okay? So, practical tools for creating teasers are countdowns and sneak peeks. Okay. So, one of the ways that I've done in the past, if as I've gone into Canva and I found a countdown and made it my brand, and every week I would put like 4 weeks till or 3 weeks till, and that would be a post, and I would share that in the email. And then on the email, because we moved away from Mailer Lite for various reasons, um, and on Flowdesk, what we use now is it's essentially an opportunity for you to see that there's already formatted templates for building buzz and anticipation, and you just have to redesign them to fit your brand, right? Your fonts and all that kind of stuff. But the countdowns and the sneak peeks, so the sneak peeks could be you working on something, or you recording a reel saying, or with pre created, a saved audio, and just showing behind the scenes. Okay. One of the things that I really, really love is when you're creating compelling content that excites and engages. So have that reel, or that, um, I would say reel, have that reel that is just something that really gets to your people. It might be a quick thing, it might be, a 7 second something, whatever it may be. But what it really is an opportunity. I think one of my largest, I'm actually going to go to angelicastanley.co so I can share this with you. But so I'm currently reaching about almost 3,000 people a week, just doing basic, like organic marketing. Okay. And on one of my reels, that I did it on this, I'll link it below so you can see it. But it was a scene of one of the paleontologists, the female, forgive me, I forget her name, but she it's right before they see the Brachiosaurus, the long neck, right? And so it's the turning of her head while they're in the Jeep, and the song is playing Mr. Lova Lova, Mr. Boombastic, right? And I put a point of view that says the face you make when God shows you the real blessing. So somebody saved it, people have saved it. I've gotten hearts, I've gotten views, I've gotten shares, all of that kind of stuff. But the reach is 15% of my followers saw it, but 84% of non-followers saw it. And so it's gotten 31 minutes of plays, and that is just on one. Like, I've gotten real reactions, I've gotten profile activity, all of that kind of stuff. So finding something that is really going to, kickstart, and excites people, right? If you have any questions about like engaging content like that, just go ahead and send me a DM and we can chat. Okay, I have something for you, that is really, really going to help you. It's a digital, product. It's $27, but it's Instagram, monetizing on Instagram. And essentially, what you do is you get the opportunity to brainstorm, a whole bunch of different ideas. I've put branding techniques, different things, also some tools in there that will help you get started. Okay. So I want to ask you to stay tuned to this message because I have a special sponsor for you. I'm really excited about this one. Ready to slay your mornings and your Instagram game? Dive into Done For You Digital Products and make that break time hustle a breeze. Hey, what's up? This week's podcast is sponsored by my career women page, Break Time Hustle Mama, where I'm helping you make your first 1K with digital products and affiliate marketing through BFF Global Network. I'm excited to invite you to the Monetize Your Mornings, transform your daily routines into a profitable venture. This is a webinar, okay? I'm going to teach you how to do certain things in the morning that unlock making money in the morning, okay? I want you to learn how to monetize your mornings in just a 45-minute webinar, okay? This is where you will learn how to create a morning routine that sets you up for a productive day, essential self-care practices to maintain your energy and focus, productivity hacks that I'm going to incorporate not only physical and morning energy, but strategies to manage household duties, and then the digital product creation. Okay, so step-by-step guide to creating and selling digital products, effective methods to engage your audience, build your brand, affiliate marketing essentials, time management and balance, and real life success stories are going to be present. Okay, so I'm really, really excited about this. There's a bonus for attendees. You get the Monetize Your Morning workbook. You get a special discount on your 77 digital product workbook bundle, which is the Break Time Hustle playbook. And you get a chance to win a one-on-one coaching session with me where I walk you through all of this, and you will basically have a 30-day plan for marketing your newly designed digital product. So register to secure your spot below. Everything is kicking off on July 23rd. It's on a Tuesday, and replay is available for registries, okay? So you can only be present to win all the goodies when you're live, but you can sign up and get the replay and get started, okay? Can't wait to see you. Alrighty, Awaken Leaders. So as we are ending this podcast, I want to leave you with a quick recap, all right? Because sometimes we just need to be reminded that anticipation does matter, and it is possible for you to do this using email, social media, all of those different things, with reels, engaging by teasing your audience. Again, thinking about John the Baptist biblically and how he paved the way, how and what strategies is the Holy Spirit giving you in order to do the same for your rebrand, okay? And then lastly, I want to remind you that email marketing is the thing right now. And if you don't have a newsletter, I want you to DM me on Instagram and just say, hey, newsletter, I want your help. And I will show you and even give you my templates on how to get started doing your weekly emails. This is bada bing, bada boom, one of the best things that you can do to get fast action toward your 1K months just starting out. Okay. I love you. God bless you. And stay tuned to this message.
Okay, let's see how it went.
Awaken Leader, are you looking for an opportunity to start your online business with coaching and digital products? Maybe kicking off that done for you or easy to make website where you can scale to your first 1,000 a week or a month? Hey, what's up? Join me inside of Online Biz Growth Hub, where for $7 a month, you can get started learning all things niching, all things basic branding 101, so that you can get started in order to meet yourself at the Rebrand once you have gone through the nook and crannies and really seeing if this is what is for you, right? So if this is something for you, join me inside of the Online Biz Growth Hub. Basically, I've taken this podcast, turn it into a mini course, monthly membership to help you get started. I love you. God bless you. And I'll see you in the next episode.